Hello, beautiful people. Athletics LLC here. Uh, yeah,
Doing
half my
accents
brain.
today.
It's because I spent a lot of time with the Scott today. So we got accents all over the place.
Oh, jeez.
That's just my delirium. Sorry, guys. Anyways, welcome one, welcome all. Another fun week of Athletics LLC, as always. Um, let's say hi to the other tiles. Whatever would it do?
What it do? I'm ready for whatever.
Stupid. Sorry. The toasted governor. Why are you toasted again? We're close to recovery week.
So once again, like I am in this vicious cycle. I drop the kids off by 7:30. I'm at the track by 8 o'clock. It is chef's kiss. Beautiful, nice and cool. 9 o'clock hits, and I am literally in a broiler from 9 until 2. Like it is just so I'm wondering why, like, I'm coming home and I'm like, I need a nap. I am, this is brutal. We're in October. Like, what are we doing? Anyway,
Oh.
that's all I got.
Clyde, how are you today?
I mean, it was 101 today in San Jose.
Oh my
I heard.
gosh.
Yeah, it was 103 in Hayward. That's crazy.
So I'm kicking it in the office because I live in Richmond and Richmond don't be having AC like that.
It's like you're in Eugene or something. Oh, goodness. Well, we're in for a good one. So good that I had to be debriefed before we start. So that's how good it is. So, topic number one, we are going to give our season awards. Of these awards, we are going to be going over or selecting a rookie of the year, the breakout star, and an MVP for both genders of each. So, rookie of the year.
Oh, actually, I thought Coach too. There was an addendum slid in there. I think you missed the pink sheet slid under your desk. We were gonna do the Athlos meet recap first.
Definitely did.
Yeah,
Athlos
it's
meet.
you
Dang it.
And this is
know,
why
Sorry.
we have production meeting.
I know.
Yes.
It was a
I
heavy office
promise
day for
y'all
me. Sorry.
we have production meetings. I promise y'all. Chew is half awake and Chuck is never there. So
All right, Athlos meet. So I'll say this. Super cool. I haven't watched a second of it. I put it on and I didn't watch a second. I had to do something. Um, but I got this fun fact sent to me yesterday. Uh, it was about the viewership. Oh shoot, that's not who I wanted. Staggering 2.5 million people watched Athlos on Twitter the other night.
Wow.
yeah,
So I didn't even know
and
there was a Twitter feed.
and if you watched it, what was most staggering, to be completely honest, on the night of a Thursday night football game
Mm-hmm.
in the New York metropolitan area, there wasn't an empty seat.
Yep.
There was not. They have never had that crowd for the New York Grand Prix that actually is run at that same facility.
Yeah.
So
You know what I thought was crazy? Because again, I don't have a whole bunch of context to it, but I saw someone on the internet complaining about the price of the tickets. Now I had saw that complaint after I saw the stadium full, and I was like, one plus
Mm-hmm.
one isn't equaling two. Because if
What
you're
was,
saying it
well,
was too
what was the price of the ticket?
per the post that I saw, they said it was 350 a seat.
Yeah.
okay, but let's be clear. You got to see that meet and a
A
Megan Thee
Megan Thee
Stallion
Stallion concert.
concert.
Yes.
And if you look at the proximity, like if you look at where the stage was and where the seats were,
Yep.
everybody was sitting in like the 10th row.
Yes.
Like if you went to a concert venue, pretty much everybody was sitting in like row 10 through row 30.
Yep.
Somebody got to pay for Meg's appearance fees.
That's
And
right.
not just that. Why you gonna go on the internet and complain about the price? Don't go.
Yeah.
If you,
If
hey,
you want to be,
if
if
you
you
ain't
want to
got
be in
it,
the
just say
right,
so. If you ain't
right.
got it, just say so.
You could watch the meet for free. But if you
So
wanted to be in the building, that's what it costs you.
so I watched the entire meet, and I mean, couple of things that stood out to me. Number one, the amount of star power at a track meet.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got D Nice on the boards. D Nice is on the
Mhm.
boards. Okay. You've got Lapita Nyong'o. You've got Shonda Rhimes doing a guest spot. You've got Carrie Champion as your host.
Yep.
Like in between races, right?
Terry McMillan was there.
Yep. You got Flavor Flav, Sonya, doing the play-by-play. I mean, it was Gail Devers, excellent guest spot. And you just got this sense that this was clearly a celebration of women. The mood, everything about that night was special.
Mhm.
And so, and this is these, so I've gotten details now, and about the perks, and
Yeah. Well,
$1,000 per diem, $400 Uber credit for each athlete. Okay.
first
Toyota
class.
first class flights. Okay. Um, Prize money, 60,000, 25, 10, 8, 5, 2,500 for sixth place. And appearance fees on top of that.
Mhm.
Okay. Tiffany tiara worth 25,000.
And the tiaras were fire. I don't care what anybody says.
Unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable.
That will eventually be one of the coolest things on every one of those people's trophy mantles.
And the detail that I don't really know about, I'm not going to expound much on it, but I heard that there was a little bit of revenue sharing as well. 10% is a
Wow.
number that was thrown out to me. So you had a
The athletes
situation.
that participated got a cut.
Yes.
There you go.
I mean, this is the blueprint. This is what we strive for. This is what we push for. There is no show without the stars. There is no show, right? And far too long, for decades, whatever will tell you. I mean, we have all been in that same situation where it just feels absolutely helpless. These are the rules and you abide by the rules. Well, why is every other sport that we're competing against, why haven't they moved forward? Why have they moved forward and we have not? Why are we seeing the WNBA doing what they're doing? Why are we now seeing, increased viewership, and the push for equal pay and all of that? I got to give a shout out to Alex Ohanian for putting this together. I mean, and I hope that it gains traction. I hope World Athletics is paying attention because I think the bar is being set.
So I agree with everything that you said, but you did pose a question in there. And the answer to that question remains collective bargaining
Yes.
or
Oh yeah.
lack thereof. And I'm sorry, people, that is the fault of the athletes in our sport. And until they figure that out and start to collectively bargain and take what they rightfully deserve, you're going to continue to need, respectfully, people like Alex to do you a favor.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this was.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not complaining. It was great. It's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoyed every minute of it. The presentation, they did such a good job with presentation. You almost forgot how
Yeah.
she the stadium that place actually.
Yeah.
So like they did an excellent job putting it on. I can only imagine, since I wasn't there, that the in-person experience was 10 times what watching it was. Because watching it was cool, but there's no energy watching it, right?
Yeah.
So great job, well deserved. There are idiots complaining about what it was lacking, why only the women, why no field events, blah, 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 blah. Look, just stop. Just
well, especially because obviously they're just late to the none of these things were news. Like they were all mentioned from the very beginning.
Exactly. Gabby Thomas and Alex set out to do a thing. They did it, and it came off better than anyone could have ever imagined.
Yeah.
And to that, we should all stand up and applaud and say bravo. Now,
I'll tell you who the happiest people should be. The happiest people should be the people who have already signed on Grand Prix track with Michael. And the reason I say that is, this is why I say that, because now the bar has been set as to what the expectations should be.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to go outside of the World Athletics parameters, it should look like this.
Yeah.
Well, and if it's not, you're going to get clowned. And and the only person who's going to get clowned in that regard is Michael.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and that it's funny that you say that, because that's the direction I wanted to go, which was, it's starting to come out that the whole Grand Slam track thing has some very interesting clauses in there.
Yeah,
like an old school bad cell phone plan. You got to sign a contract for 2 years.
That's right.
The 2 year piece is interesting.
So I don't know what that product is going to look like. This product was very good. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if it's sustainable. And the only reason I say I'm not sure if it's sustainable is because I'm not on the inside and I don't get to see the numbers, the financial. I don't know if this experience that we all got to witness was a money maker or not, because the athletes made money and they're very happy, right? But if the people putting it on didn't make money, then it's not something that is going to be sustained, because there's only going to be so many favors done.
Well, to your point, there may have been other reasons to put a meet like this on, or to put an endeavor like this on.
Right.
That, whether it's, hey, I've got to pay taxes. Let's just start there.
I was going to say, yeah. It was a really pretty write-off.
Absolutely.
And so this is right. Like, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, that's cool and that's dope and that's awesome. I don't think that is a completely sustainable situation. You feel me?
Right. I get you.
So, I'm really happy that it was done. The women obviously deserve their shine. They rarely ever get it. And the way they got it in this setting was fantastic. And the ultimate winner of the night was obviously Miss Brown, who walked away with the big bag, right? It was cool. Like, the whole thing was cool.
Yeah. And I just will say this, and then we should move on, because I think we all agree this whole situation was awesome. It is so beautiful to finally see the sport appreciate Faith Kipyegon.
Yes.
You could see there was deference across every event for that lady.
Yeah.
Right? She was the biggest star in that meet, and it was the biggest deal that she was there. She actually ran the poorest in relation to PBs of anybody, right?
Yep.
You thought for sure you're gonna get a sub 4 minute deal but no one cared. And I know
she ran to win.
She ran to win. She was like, you know what? This is a long season. I beat everybody she hasn't lost a 1500 in 4 years.
Something like that.
3 years. 3 years. She hasn't lost since earlier in 21. And it's just, I don't know, and you know what's funny? Because there were fewer events, I hope somebody's listening, because there were fewer events on a televised thing, we didn't have to have these fake background profile things. We
Mhm.
got real ones,
Real ones, yeah.
right? Like
In
if you
depth,
watch the meet,
yeah.
you learned more about Faith. You
Yes.
learned more about Brittany Brown. You learned
Yep.
more about like everybody who was in the meet.
Yeah.
And that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this might be something that's going to be a completely different topic, but between this meet and the Grand Slam Track League, if Paul Doyle continues the American Track League, looking at the World Athletics Diamond League calendar for next year, whoo! I am. It is. This is going to be something. I'm really curious to see how this plays out. So maybe we want to save this for later, because
Yeah.
as a coach, when you're looking at this with when USA championships are, when the Diamond League final is, and when World Championships are, ooh-wee. I'm telling.
I will just throw this out there before we move on. Like I said, they did a great job with presentation and dressing up the place.
Yes.
That did expose a problem. We have no venues worthy of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We only got one, and
We got
no one
one.
wants to go there for that.
Yeah.
So okay, so I'll say this: I disagree, and the reason I say I disagree is we don't have very many venues worthy of a world championship. That is 100% true, but
Mhm.
but this is way smaller than that.
Yeah,
Right?
for sure,
So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, when I say fewer events, I don't mean like Michael's situation where it's just track. But here's the thing: you can do a really nice presentation of what our sport represents with like 10 events.
Yeah.
They don't have to be the same 10, right?
Yeah.
And you can do that week to week. And if we're going to be honest, you can do that at a lot of places.
Yeah.
Right? You can do that at the University of Arkansas. You can do that for sure at Texas A&M. You can do that at the University of Florida. You can do that at Mount Sac. You can do that in a lot of places, right?
Mhm.
No, we don't have very many,
Cathedrals.
stadiums like Velklasa, right?
Mhm.
And those, but that's okay. Like,
Yeah.
what do we all know because we've been to Europe? 9/10 of the Diamond League meets are on tracks that are 6 lanes around.
Mhm.
No. I get that.
Right. So
I'm just
what
saying,
I'm
like,
saying is we can put lipstick on a lot of pigs and make it look really good for a 2-hour window.
Yeah.
We can do that.
An Icon
have-
is only a 5,000 seat stadium. So
And having the meet at night, man.
Mhm.
oh, that helped. That helped eliminate.
Look,
Yes.
great
Right.
idea. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah, the spotlight, the fact that it still looked a bit dim when they were running. I mean, yeah. So you focused on them. You weren't even concerned about what the aesthetics were elsewhere. It was really cool.
Agreed.
All right. Well, that was fun. I mean, I hope everybody who watched the meet got that much. Like, it was fun. It was cool to be a track fan and just watch some cool stuff. It was a good representation of the sport.
That it was.
All right. Rookie of the year. Females first. I don't even remember who was rookie. I don't even remember this year.
Rookie of the year.
Now that is funny.
All right. Here, this is what we got to do.
Now that is funny. And I think for rookie we're going to be someone who is in their first global championship type, right? So like if this is your first World or Olympics, then we'll call you a rookie. Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no. What?
Yeah.
No, what?
Why? Who does that all of a sudden make a rookie that I'm not thinking of?
I'm just saying.
I mean, at the end of the day, look, we've talked about this before, right? There's levels to this. Just because you if this is the first international stage you made and you end up managing to get a medal, to me that is a great rookie move. Because if you've never been here before, and I don't mean the Olympics. Like if you've never been to a world championship and you've never been to an Olympics, you're a rookie. As it pertains to global track, to me, then you're a rookie.
I mean, that's cute, but if it took you 5 years of being pro to get there, you ain't no damn rookie.
Okay, if you spend 4 years in the G, if you spend 4 years in the G League, and then you get signed to the Warriors, and you put up 11 points and 6 assists a year, you know what? You're going to get Rookie of the Year.
I mean, that's the
Am I wrong?
for a ball sport and a team sport, but that's not what this is.
Pick another sport, right? Because look, our sport doesn't have minor leagues, so what it has is you ain't got here yet.
Our
right?
sport does have minor.
What minor leagues do we have?
Okay.
No, I'm asking.
Athlos.
Like,
Just kidding.
I'm asking a real question. I'm trying to set the parameters that we can all agree on. I don't care what parameters we use for rookie. I just thought that made sense.
Rookie has always been defined when we've had previous discussions
This
as
being your first
pro.
year on the circuit.
Okay.
Now, again,
No.
if I've been on the circuit for 5 years and all of a sudden I now made a team and I went to the show, I get to be a rookie? Nah.
But I mean,
And
other than
are the
who
parameters?
is that? Freddie Crittenden? Like, I'm not even sure who that is.
Sure. By this definition,
Right, but he's not going to win the award.
it doesn't
That's my
matter. He's
point.
not a rookie. He's not a rookie. He's a
Okay.
super vet.
We can use first year on the global scene. That's fine. I'm fine with it.
The reason I'm being a stickler for this is because it totally changes the answers.
Okay. For me it won't. So that's fine. If it's
Go
his
ahead.
first year, first year. Let's do
So
it.
so just to be clear, not your first Olympics, your first actual year as a pro.
Yes.
Okay,
It's hard.
that is hard.
It's hard. Or is it?
I mean,
think so.
I guess we'll find out.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll take the 16-year-old.
See, that goes without saying. Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
That one was-
I'm
But
gonna
just for
let
the
you have that.
record, I want to say this for the record. I'm not even being petty. I only picked him because you changed the rules. See, I wasn't going to pick him.
He's technically not a pro at all.
See, this is my point. But based on your rules, this is first year on the circuit, right?
No,
Yeah.
He ran the circuit.
I said his
Yes,
first.
it is.
I said first year pro. Charles Ryan, said first year pro.
I don't think that young man ran all year for free. We'll figure that out later.
Oh boy, don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, and
My-
I said
my-
women first, but
Women first. It's a very simple and obvious answer.
yes.
It's Juju,
Yes.
and I'm out.
Hey, I'll be interested to see if anybody else has a different answer. I'll be entertained by that.
Well, no, because some people, to the point, some people will forget that actually it was her rookie season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because last
really
year
was.
when she was at Worlds, she was coming out of her collegiate season.
Right.
Yeah. Because it's more the case rookie season too, right? I mean, I'm more the case.
No,
The Irish 400 meter runner.
Yes.
What's wrong with me?
delicate, yes.
Yes.
Rashida. Yes.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, they came out of school.
They
Same time.
both,
Yeah.
this year was their first year as pro athletes.
Yep.
Like they both made they made international
Okay,
teams
yes,
last year
I'm
as collegians. Like
Yeah.
as
I'm confusing a conference. Sorry.
so on the women's side, I'm gonna go with Juju.
I agree with you.
Chu
Fourth
has a
that.
different answer because it's Chu.
No, I fourth that, and only because I'm fact checking myself right now and I can't undo my facts. So I was going for the high jumper, the young lady. I can't remember her name right now.
Topich?
Topich?
Yes.
So I think I was gonna say that's who I was gonna pick
Yeah,
until
I fact checked it,
she's a youngin,
but yeah.
and I've already given my answer for the men. I picked Quincy, but I guess he's going by Lil Quincy.
Low Q. Haha.
So
He's Lil Q, yes.
So I have a question. Is this not Jasmine's first year as a pro?
It is.
Dang
Yes.
it.
It is. And
Yeah.
that was my
Oh, really?
honorable mention, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two
She deserved to be mentioned.
two
for
bronzes.
sure.
Two bronzes does not equal Olympic gold.
No, it does not. It does not.
Phenomenal season by Jazz.
But she
Phenomenal
has now
season.
been mentioned and discussed, which is really what we needed to make sure we did.
What needs?
so.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Am I? Oh, hold on. I want to fact check myself.
Yeah, I want to hear who you guys have on the gentleman's side.
Yeah.
Rookie year.
hmm
It's harder.
It is harder.
Naming Quincy Wilson is a good cheat around the question.
It's not around the question.
Honestly, you know what? I'm gonna throw one. I'm sure this isn't the answer, but Courtney Lindsay had a hell of a season.
Yes, he did.
Absolutely, and it's not like that's a bad choice.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think that's honorable mention.
I will rock with that choice until I hear somebody give me a better one. But I'm gonna go ahead and give mine at the moment to that man.
So I'm trying to figure it out right now, and I'm not doing a very good job because the way World Athletics website is set up, I'm so good. I can't have a hard time reading it.
This was created by somebody that's definitely.
Oh yes, Jesus!
Oh my gosh.
That
It's
website
so hard.
is an abomination.
Yeah,
know.
the old one was bad enough. The new one is.
So I have
Like
a
I just
question.
can't find things.
Does anybody know if the black, brown skinned, if you will, Greek 6-meter pole vaulter, is this his rookie season, or did I just hear about him?
Okay. And to your point, this is Furlani's freshman rookie season, is it not?
Y'all would have known.
The Italian long jumper.
The Italian long jumper.
Ooh.
Right.
Oh,
Bronze medalist.
yeah. That might be it right there.
Yep.
Might be it.
Phenomenal
So,
season.
I don't know what the status is of the pole vaulter, but I would definitely say those two young gentlemen are.
Yep.
They're in the mix.
For petty shits and giggles, let's do it the other way and let the EP have his odd definition for rookie and tell us who you were going to name.
Nope, we're good.
No?
We're good.
Now, for context, Karalis, the Greek, he's actually 25 years old. So,
yeah.
See, so he's been in the minors.
I think so. Yeah.
He has a twin sister.
That's spectacular genes. Is she I said that. Is she an athlete?
It's not noted.
Got it.
And this was not Roger's first year as a pro, was it?
Stoner?
Yeah. Or has he been?
Yes, it is, because he was in the same NCAA mate as Juju and Rashida at NCAA's at Texas.
That is true. That's true.
So that might be the guy.
That might be the guy.
Because I had forgot about Mr. Stoner, because he's a freaking gold medalist.
Absolutely.
Well, so here's what's crazy. The guy he beat by 6 centimeters.
Yeah.
Technically ain't a pro.
Yep.
But yeah.
And he's got 2 global medals now.
And he's going back. He's going back
to college.
Yeah,
that's
he is.
Right.
So I'm going to change my answer to Mr. Stoner, because I think if you in your first year getting paid to do this, you win a gold medal. So here's what's really funny. You know whose first, not even year, but first 5 minutes this is? Leo's.
Yeah.
And he got a silver medal.
Yep.
That's yeah.
So technically he's a rookie next year by Chuck's definition, right?
Yep.
That's true. Yes, that's correct. Next year will be his.
All right.
his-
Well, maybe next year he'll win Rookie of the Year. This year, Stoner's winning it.
So to that point, Ruth won the U23s Europeans last year, but I don't
Well,
know if he was on the circuit. Was he on?
Marcus was at World Championships last year.
Okay, there you go. Never mind. True, you got any ideas?
Doesn't Cam qualify? Cam Rogers?
No, Cam Bennett.
No.
Her
No.
first year was last year.
Last year.
Is it okay? See how foggy it is? Like, why-
Matter of
Well,
fact,
there's-
I'm pretty sure we named Cam Rookie of the Year
last year.
Last year.
Oh,
I think
dang.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
So what are we consenting on Juju and
Stoner?
Rajay?
I'd say so.
The Caribbean.
Not mad at it. All right, so then next one is breakout star.
Ah,
think-
now see, this is where
Yeah.
you can have.
Are
my
we doing
break-
women first?
No, let's do men first since we did women last time.
I got
Okay.
Kashane
Yeah,
Thompson.
I got the Olympic champion in the 400, Big Q.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you
so-
shaking your head, too?
because that was corny.
Well, no, that's how everybody kept them separated when they were
I
talking about
know,
them.
I know,
in
I'm
pairs.
just saying.
Was Lil Q and Big Q.
as so words matter,
Mm-hmm.
right? Breakout star.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's Taboho.
So that's
Good
where I was
one.
going.
I just wasn't going to take the obvious answer for sure. I like it.
Yes.
Taboho.
We can't all just be consensus, right?
Sure. And you know, there will be people who will debate me on that. It's not like he was unknown, but he had not broken out and was absolutely not, you know, the level of star that he now is. He was like what is the source used to call the up and coming hip hop artist?
Unsigned hype.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he was the, you know, the one that's going to rise up, right? And he did. And now he is a global superstar and he had his breakout season.
I'll say this: when I put together these questions, that's who I was thinking of.
I'll throw in another one. It's not it's not bigger than Taboho, but for along the same lines, it's Cole Hawker.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yes. I will go with Taboho. That's my other was Wanyoni.
I was just gonna say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I like it.
What about the I'm looking up his name right now.
Just say the event and we'll tell you if we reject it.
Javelin.
Rejected.
Not
The
Chopra,
Pakistani?
the Pakistani, yeah.
The fact that you can't say his name proves he is not the breakout star.
Yeah, and I would say that the bigger issue there is it's like, listen, obviously I know winning the Olympics is the biggest deal there is in our sport. That may be the only meet he wins.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, well, okay, then never mind.
You gonna
I
say
was gonna
Marcus?
I was gonna say Marcus Ruth. Because nobody
listen,
said his name
Mar-
before that.
Marcus as an answer makes a lot of sense, right? Only because he's 22 years old,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Like this could be the beginning of like the Marcus Ruth time. He could become Ashton Eaton.
Yep.
Like I don't think so. Most of us don't think so. But if he turns out if he won the next 3 global
He has
championships,
time.
we'd be I mean he's 22. So
You still can't even see over the steering wheel.
I like that's really funny.
Wow.
I like this category a lot just because we get to talk about a lot of people in our sport,
Mhm.
right? Like look, here's one on the women's side for sure. I always mess up her name, so I don't want to mess it up. But the new world record holder in the women's high jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
she escaped from a pot of a bunch of really good high jumpers.
Mm-hmm.
Right, there was a pool of 4 or 5 right around 2 meters, and she was like, "Hold my beer. I'm going to break one of the oldest records in our sport, and then sustain that level."
Mahocic.
Mahucic, yes, that's her
Yes.
name.
I was sounding it out in my head and I was like, I'm not getting it.
Yeah, I was going to
I'm not
butcher it, so I was like, I don't want to
Yaroslava
butcher the name.
Mahocic. Yeah.
See, why is it Yaroslava? I can say every time, but the
Yep.
I keep
Mahocic.
wanting. I want to say Mahucic. That's that. I know that ain't right.
What about Masai?
Sure. Masai's in that conversation. Surprise gold medalist.
Yeah.
I mean, if you win, that's clearly your breakout season. And
That
if you
is
win,
clearly that.
and if you win an event people care about, you get some star power behind that. The odd thing with the women's hurdles is there's so many people that are that good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will that? I mean, Masai will forever be the Olympic champion. Like, you can't ever take that away from her. Has her star risen above anybody else in that event? I'm not sure. I don't think so yet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you look at Thea Lafond and Tara Davis Woodall. I mean, both have been in the trenches. I mean, Lafond has been around forever. And to finally have her moment, I mean, it's, regardless of who was there or who wasn't there, she took care of business.
And
But
see,
in terms,
that's the problem.
yeah,
But
but Tara
I'll say
Davis
this,
did not
but
lose all year,
right.
did she?
Tara Davis Woodall, I think, actually fits the
There
definition
you go.
of breakout and star.
Did not lose at all.
She
Sure.
jumped far enough to beat everybody else on this planet, whether they were there or not.
Yep.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
And she has taken on the mantle of, being this much of a face of the sport, right?
That's
like
right.
in some circles, like people know who she is.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that's,
I
so.
mean, the great news about Tara's season is, for better or for worse, she already had star power with accomplishments that didn't deserve them. You know what I mean? Now, Olympic champion, didn't lose all year, jumped well at every big situation she had.
Yep.
Now it matches up.
Now it matches up. Yeah.
And rightfully so.
Yeah.
As the women is harder for me.
It's very hard.
I mean, obviously Juju's in this one, obvious as well.
I mean,
Yeah,
hello.
I mean, like again, you could
Right.
easily pick Juju, to be completely honest, in all 3 categories.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
If you wanted to tell me that Juju was your MVP, I could live with it. I wouldn't, but you can make a case for it. She definitely could be your breakout, and she definitely is, I think, the consensus new rookie. So yeah.
So I'll go nuanced again. And this may be a little bit of an American perspective, but again, breakout star, it's Gabby, the golden girl of Paris. 3 golds.
Mm-hmm.
Gabby, before this season, was a name that people knew. Most people were general fans of her, but she was no kind of star. She just wasn't. She should have been, in my opinion, personally, but she wasn't. And now it's undeniable.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not like it was her first medal, but it's the medal, and she got 3 of them. And now people, now she's up there in the echelon of the biggest names on the planet.
Yeah.
And she wasn't before.
And I would say, from a European perspective, I mean, Keely Hodgkinson is clearly like the queen of Europe as far as, what she accomplished in Paris.
Yep.
I mean, I cannot imagine the deals that are coming her way. I mean, good Lord. So she's another one. I mean, that's why this category is very difficult. Very,
Yeah.
very difficult.
In a Eurocentric only space,
Yeah.
Samba Mae,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because she delivered on home surface
Yep.
in the Olympics,
Yep.
in the hardest event on the planet.
Yeah. Oh, what do we got for MVPs?
These are this is a
This is
again, most valuable. If you tell me it's not Mondo and Sid, then I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Mhm.
Well,
I mean, you could make an argument that it's Mondo and Gabby.
I was gonna say Gabby. She just brought
Mhm.
home more.
Gabby came home with more hardware. She was not
Yes.
more valuable to the
It's
sport than Sydney.
your MVP,
Yeah.
Mondo and
right?
Sid.
So your answer is Mondo and Sid. What say you, Governor?
I say Mondo and Gabby.
I too say Mondo and Gabby. Professor
So
Chu?
I'm saying Taboho because he ran multiple events and did more.
I can't argue
Okay.
with that.
Okay.
So you got Taboho and who?
And Gabby. I already said Gabby.
Y'all, that's so
So
funny.
there you go.
I love y'all.
So you're talking about the
I'm
third
thinking like
fastest,
points.
third fastest 4x4 leg,
Mm-hmm.
top 10 200-meter time in history, right? And second in the 100, third in a third in 100,
Oh,
right? Taboho.
was nowhere in the 100.
Oh, he was 980.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. Never mind.
Okay, then. Okay, well, still, I was thinking the 100 too, so that's not just you. But that's still two. I don't know. Okay, that the 100 does change it for me, but you see where my line of thought is going.
So y'all are considering this based on hardware count.
I'm thinking about like points.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
not, because I pick Mondo just because in general I think he's the most valuable thing in the sport on the men's side, and
Okay,
behind
great.
and behind him might be Krauser. So
Sure. So that's
it's a
why
different world.
that's why your answer specifically is very confusing to me, because I
Yeah,
know damn well
yeah.
that's what you said about Mondo.
Right.
But then you change that logic for the women, because there's no way you're telling me that Gabby is more valuable to the sport than Sid.
So here's what. So there is a way, and since you asked, I will explain. Sid is the best female athlete in the sport of track and field, and that is unarguable, right? But Sid isn't going to do the things that Gabby has already proven that she is willing to do.
She won't engage. Okay.
Sid will not go and do all of the talking shows, which Gabby did.
She won't engage.
Right.
Okay.
Look, Gabby's presence has become a high tide that rose all female boats with the Athlos meet, right?
Okay.
So you see what I'm saying? Like
That's fine.
from a global perspective, again, in this moment, I can make an argument for it, because right now she might be more valuable to the sport. You didn't ask me who the best one is, like, because that's not a contest.
Okay.
And that's why I can justify
from that angle. I got
justify. That's why I could justify Mondo, right? Because this is the part that's not lost on me. If Mondo was born in Sweden, he wouldn't be as valuable to the sport as he is. But because he was born in the United States and we saw him first, we got comfortable with him first, the fact that he represents a country in Europe only unifies the sport, right? Like, North American people root for Mondo and all of Europe roots for Mondo, right? Like, he's kind of like that one kind of. I asked you guys that one trivia question one time, like name the people who have won an NCAA championship, a world championship, and an Olympic championship, and he's in that really, really tiny group of people.
Mm-hmm.
What's next, Dr. Chu?
Is Which will have the biggest impact? Increased scholarship dollars or the roster size limits?
Say that again.
Which will have the biggest impact? Increase of scholarship dollars or the roster size limit?
It's pretty simple for me.
I don't even like the question, but go ahead. Go ahead. Go.
Governor, what do you say first? Because I think it's simple for me too, but I wonder if
Yeah,
it's different.
roster limits by far
Mhm.
will, for the foreseeable future, shape the way we approach any team championships, whether it's a conference meet, national meet. It will affect recruiting.
It already is.
Yeah, I mean, and from what I'm hearing, like up until we get, the conference mandates, the, what the final numbers based on conference, stuff like that. There are schools that are literally on pause right now. They're just like, we can't make any moves in good faith until we know what our roster is going to be. So it's interesting, you're standing by the cooler and the baseball head coach walks by and he is over the moon because he's potentially going to have triple the scholarships that he used to have, right?
And he already had roster limits.
And he already had roster limits, right? So he is like, singing the praises of the NCAA. But you need multiple pitchers. You need multiple catchers. You need multiple outfielders. You need multiple infielders, right? You need, I don't know if they have DHs. I don't get into all of that. But all I'm saying is this: that doesn't exist in track. It's and with our parameters that we have to operate with, we have no room for that. We have no room for the kid that's going to say, okay, by your second year, you will be, a bona fide conference scorer. We can't do that. And so I see this really affecting the schools that have the wherewithal, that have the budgets, that can fund 60, 70 women and 50, 60 men that are now going to have to contract their roster sizes and operate on the same wavelength that everybody else is. Very interesting stuff. I'm very very curious to see how this plays out.
What you got there, Clyde?
Nah, I'm going last.
Okay, you know what? I don't mind that. I'll go.
That's funny.
I mean, I'll say it like this: when all of this came about, I started chuckling because every now and again the NCAA trips and falls into a good idea, right? And as much as I rip them apart, I give them credit when they trip and fall into these good ideas. Taking the scholarship limits to the moon where they're going, as a sport, it's a good idea. As it pertains to collegiate athletics and budgets, it's a terrible idea for the vast majority of schools in this country. But the roster limits is a great idea. And it's a great idea because now it's going to make you actually always be in tune with your roster construction. Because you can't just go and buy more.
Yep.
Right? Like when you recruit, you have spots to fill and spots that must leave. Here's the big one, right? You can't just go shop in the portal because you got to have some place to put them.
Yep.
Right? If you only lose 4 people off of your roster of 35, I'm making up a number. You only have 4 spots, period, no matter what those people do. So if you fill those spots, right, and then later in the portal, the best kid in the country pops, Doesn't mean you can't get them. It just means you're going to have a really tough conversation with somebody else on your roster.
Right.
Right? Because I will tell you this, in dealing with baseball, the one thing the NCAA can do is count to 35.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And your roster has to be declared. That's the other thing. When your roster is declared, that's it. So when you declare your roster of 35, I'm making up this number, right? Let's say that your roster has to be certified January 7th, right? Second meet you guys go to, you lose 2 kids to hamstring injuries,
Mm-hmm.
1 to a knee injury. You can't, there's no reserves.
Nope.
You can't pull 3 kids in and like, hey, go fill in those spots.
Right.
So to me, the money is going to have obviously an immediate impact at, as far as creating maybe a bigger gap between the haves and the have-nots. However, the roster limits, to me, just as simply in this one gentleman's opinion, the roster limits are going to be where it's going to be most interesting to me. Just my take.
Julie.
I mean, it's the roster limits. It's already, I mean, you can't let one of your staff members go willy-nilly and start signing 4 or 5 people. You can, but there's repercussions,
Mm-hmm.
right? Taking your single eventers. Huh?
Yeah.
They better be really good.
Yep.
And single eventers that are in one season. That's hard,
Yeah.
right? Unless they're winning. But even then, that's still only 10 points. So that part, it is already affecting recruiting. There are many conversations that when we got handed down our numbers, I was already doing a slim picking of recruiting, but I had an even tougher conversation, not tougher by any means, but conversations with some of the outer parts of the circle. And I was like, yeah, I wish you all the best. It's just not going to happen here.
Yeah.
And the question goes, well, is this something that's happening? This conversation's happening. And I'm like, yeah, and you're going to probably hear it a lot more. So I really advise you to figure it out.
Chu, have you heard rumblings of everybody going to a 1-year renewable now?
Yeah, that's on the table.
So
No multi-year.
Exactly. So that is going to be massive.
Now you can make room on your roster.
Absolutely.
So, but here's the thing. It's the 1-year renewable of the money.
Mm-hmm.
You still can't cut anybody.
Okay.
So
I think it depends on what school. I think it depends on what school.
Exactly.
I'm choosing. Well, I'm choosing my words carefully. So you can't cut anybody based off of academic,
Right.
whatever legislation says, right? That's why you're documenting
Clyde
everything.
is cutting folks.
That's why you're
Everybody's
having
cutting people.
great
That's right.
conversations. But I think gone are the days also of keep your money. You just can't be on the team.
Right.
Yeah,
you
for
can't
sure.
do it anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so
I wanted to go last because I love you all. And I was hoping that one of you very, very smart people was going to say something to not allow my brain to explode.
Nope. We wanted you to go all
Yes.
in on the money because I know where you're going.
What the
I
fuck
know.
are y'all talking about? It is clearly the okay.
It is to you. See,
No.
This is why I asked the question though, because I think that answer is different from school to school. I really do.
I'm certain that it is, and that's the point. Because say the question again.
Which one's going to have the greater impact, right? I think that was the question.
yes.
Greater impact.
Mm-hmm.
I agree that the roster limitations are more interesting. That little word you slid in there at the end of your soliloquy, EP. Oh, I agree it's more interesting. I agree that the ultimate strategic choices that are going to come are more interesting. But Since when in any industry is the financials not the most impactful? 60 days ago, roughly, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of NIL and all that other crap. I want to talk about scholarships. 60 days ago, roughly, we were all playing the same game. And people like my place don't get the interest that a TCU does or a Florida does. But if me and KST bust our tail and do our jobs and grind it out, we're all playing with the same pot of resources to sign children. Now, there is a Grand Canyon-sized gap in between what I am capable of doing and what the haves are capable of doing.
But only because that's your school's choice. I understand.
No, not
what
even
you're
a
saying.
choice. Not even a choice. Just a reality.
But
So Clyde, let me step in here. I think that the question should be framed, and correct me if I'm wrong, EP, that all things being equal, if everybody was able to get this money, this new money,
Right.
and all of that,
Exactly.
Okay.
what would have more of an impact?
Well,
I'll buy that.
All
Yeah,
things,
yes.
all things being equal.
Yes, if we pretend to live in that fantasy land,
Yes.
then yes, the answer would obviously be the roster limits.
Okay.
But we live on Earth 1.
No.
The real world.
Agreed.
And that's the issue. Again, 60 days ago, School X could not identify 45 full scholarship worthy humans and put them on their team.
No way.
Now they can. I didn't even have the 12.6. But at least we were shooting in the same, with the same gun. Now, some people, not even most, now a very small percentage have the howitzer, and the rest of us have been reduced to the 22, but we're all supposed to go fight. Not at all. Damn,
well, what I think is going to be really interesting is I think there are going to be some schools that completely punt on some sports and up the funding in other sports.
Yes.
Right? Like, I think that's going to happen.
They're going to pick and choose what they want to be good at.
And to that point.
I think that will actually turn out better, to be honest, for the student athletes. Maybe better for fewer student athletes. I get that, right? Because there's going to be some programs that get lost, not just track, I think, in other sports. But in the end, right, I think there will be fewer programs that do like the old school ACC Maryland joint, where they had 18 women's scholarships and 4 on the men's side.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's going to be way fewer of those deals.
Sure, but it's even deeper than that, because not every conference has the same type of rules, right?
There's the rub.
But every conference has, and a lot of people watching this won't know this. Every conference, even the small ones, have protected sports and not so.
Mm-hmm.
So in every conference, it's illegal to reduce the number of scholarship opportunities for certain sports. Football, everybody has football, right? Most everybody has men's, women's basketball. But once you get outside of that bubble, some conferences you have to commit fully to women's soccer. Some conferences you don't. No conference has protections for track and field. Let's be clear about that. So those that have will play the game to the level that they choose to play it. And because they can, that financial shift will swing so much power and so much talent in their direction. Whereas the rest of us who will fight for survival, and if we still have teams, will not be able to play at that level, no matter if we can even find 45 humans to be on our team, of which 42 of them are probably going to have to be walk-ons. Like, that's the reality. So forget all things being equal, because they're not. The biggest impact in the new world is all based on the finances.
Well, I will be very interested to see what our fan base, what the water cooler talk is, because I just think it's an interesting topic.
Oh, that much it is.
So this is what I was thinking, Big League. What if we just do the first half of our next topic? So we just introduced it as a topic. We pick our companies and we identify who our keepers are as a teaser for next week.
Or we could just do one gender.
No, that's still going to take too long.
Yeah, that'll take a minute. So now, feed it to them.
All right. So we got a thing. You can tell which one of us works the least. Oh, of course he drops off right when you say that, right? Again,
Don't fumble it,
working the
Chewy.
least.
Pressure.
No, I'm not. So we got a World Athletics draft. In this draft, there's
LLC
levels.
draft, people. It's not real.
Yeah. This is all on our tiles. We have brands, and the 4 major brands being Nike, Adidas, New Balance, and Puma. Of those 4 brands, we have, just like in a fantasy league, keepers. So of those, we're going to have a keeper for each gender, sorry. And then we're going to pick people to fill those slots to 10 slots completely. Did I miss anything?
Kind of, but it's okay.
I did. How did I miss anything?
No. It's
Oh.
okay. It was a lot it was a mouthful. You got through it.
Yeah. So, as it stands right now of our pre-draft shenanigans, I'll go in alphabetical order by first name. That way it's not anything. So, Clyde is Team New Balance. Your Team New Balance.
Oh, yes. I have Team New Balance, which I have a question about. And since the EP ain't here, I think this is the best time to ask you two more fair-minded humans about this. We're supposed to keep an athlete per gender from our team, and I'm Team New Balance. Very obvious that I'm going to keep Sid, but New Balance doesn't actually have any males worthy of being kept in that space, so I feel like I should be able to take an athlete from another brand.
Nah, homie.
No, you're not taking mine.
Homie.
What?
You need
No.
most
After you take yours, after y'all pick yours, you go ahead and take it.
No, you have to find your most valuable New Balance runner.
There's none.
Person.
What men exist?
I don't even know.
None of that is our problem.
No.
You chose New Balance.
You chose New Balance.
You said, and I quote, "If Chewy gets Puma, I'm taking New Balance."
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely said that, and
we have the receipts.
Then you better find you a New Balance guy to keep.
There's no such thing.
That's not our problem.
Exist.
They do exist.
Send me the list.
You got a phone?
Okay. After that, whatever has Nike.
I do.
Mr. Whatever has Nike.
I do.
Then the governor has Adidas.
What'd you say?
And
as he's wearing the Adidas shirt.
Absolutely.
And then, governor has Adidas and I have Puma.
So today we're just revealing our keepers, right?
Yes.
All right, so we'll go around on the women's side first, Clyde. So you have a little more time to find your guy. What is our picking order? Governor, you, Clyde, me. Is that correct?
Yes, I was first. Then Chew.
I was second. Yeah.
Then Clyde, and then EP.
Okay, so who is your female keeper for Team Adidas?
Paulina.
All righty.
Hold on. Sorry.
Let's see. So it's Adidas, then Puma.
I'm going with Elaine.
Elaine who?
Is she not with Puma?
Okay.
Thought she was with Puma.
Yes, she is.
Oh my God.
Absolutely is. I don't know what we're doing here.
Oh,
This
my
is what
God.
I'm telling you. I
No,
couldn't.
that's a disqualifying. You can't have that one back.
I didn't say anything. I'm just laughing. Like, what are we doing?
I don't.
When I remind you who you just gave up,
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my goodness.
This is some.
I
bull.
mean, you can't get it back at this point. But I mean, woo! You gave up the Olympic champ, homie.
All right.
Okay,
Let's move on.
Clyde, who you got on the women's side? You got a tough choice too.
Sid, there's no tough choice.
Hey, you never know. Let me write Sid down over here for you on my little cheat sheets. Okay, since I was blessed with Team Nike, I will. You know, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I feel like you may have changed my answer
Don't play yourself.
man.
because now there's people available.
Don't play yourself.
Oh shoot.
Oh my lord.
Boy.
I picked 4th and 5th. Oh, jeez. You know what? I'm gonna take Val. I'm gonna change my tactics. I'm gonna take Valerie Allman.
That's who you're keeping.
That's who I'm keeping. Yes,
That's your keeper. Okay.
She's
That
a
is my-
Nike athlete?
She is.
I believe so. I believe so.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
She's Asics.
Oh my God,
she
he's right.
changed. That's right. She was
No,
Nike.
she was.
Yeah.
Was Nike.
All right, then
You're
I guess
absolutely right.
I'll take Sha'Carri then. Hey, listen.
That's a hell of a swing of.
Oh my God.
I
Listen,
went way
the
out on
land-
the island. for
The
that.
landscape changed, right?
Oh,
So, like,
man.
given where the landscape has changed, I was willing to pivot, but
It's
I forgot about the shoe.
It's like
change.
you close the blinds.
Yep. Miss Richardson is now on Team Nike again.
Oh boy.
And so now we do the men.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going first. You're going first?
No. We
No,
serpentine,
it's
so we go backwards.
serpentines.
I mean, listen, this is an obvious answer. I have to take Nike Foot Fred.
All right.
This is the thing, right? I have to do this.
Okay. Do you?
Hey, man, we're having fun.
Hey.
I know who I left out there. It's okay. I'm taking Nike Foot Fred.
All right.
Listen. He is far better on my team than any of y'all's. We have proven that.
All right. Who's next?
Slide.
I don't even understand what's happening.
You have to pick a guy, New Balance guy. You can take player to be named later.
Nah.
Oh,
I mean, you essentially have two choices, I would say.
There are no. What are you talking about? There's a child and who?
so you're
You
taking the child?
You have
You got in a little cute New Balance?
yes. Vernon is New Balance.
Yeah.
And the Four Hurdles kid.
Four Hurdles kid.
Yeah. Made the finals in Paris.
Sir. Sir. What are you talking about?
Here, will it make you feel better?
What are you
This will make you feel better about Lil Q. It's the Dynasty League, so you get to keep him.
Yes.
I want to keep the child.
He's gonna be really good by 28.
Says who?
Oh,
We don't
boy.
know that.
Great.
This is
You don't
beautiful.
know that?
This is
You got to pick
beautiful.
someone. That's all I know.
I'm
rules-
picking somebody from another group.
No.
You cannot.
No.
Y'all got all
You're
your
not-
picks off already.
You
Uh-uh.
cannot
No, we have
break the
not.
rules. You have to keep a New Balance guy. All right, we will allow you to pick a player to be named later. By later, in 3 picks.
No, it's fine. I'll take baby Q. It's fine.
All right. Let me write Lil Q. All right. We're going backwards. We have
It's
uh,
me. It's Mondo.
Puma. You
Mondo.
sure? Are you sure?
Yes. Okay, Governor.
Grant Holloway.
You think? I mean, you have interesting ones too. You know.
Yes, I do.
I didn't have that many choices. I had a couple choices I could have made, but all right. So everybody is listening. All other athletes are now fair
On the
game,
table.
Perhaps.
All right.
and we're going to put together a roster of 10. Right, 5 men and 5 women.
So 9 more men, 9 more women.
No.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry,
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
10 men, 10 women.
Yep. All right.
All right.
Well,
This will be fun next week.
with that being said, that's it. That's it. Have a good week. It was fun. Try to stay cool, kind of. But other than
Yeah.
that, we'll
Yeah.
talk to y'all next time. Bye, everyone.